students, welcome to program TY subject Botany, semester 6, course code BOD 104, course title Biofertilizer, Unit 8, Future of Biofertilizers, module name Biofertilizers for Sustainable Agriculture, Farmers' Acceptance and Utilization of Biofertilizers. Myself, Dr. Suraksha Dongrikar, Assistant Professor, St. Xavier College, Mopsa, Goa. Outline: Role of biofertilizers in sustainable agriculture, making farmers aware about role of biofertilizers and its utilization. Learning outcomes: defines biofertilizers, explains its significance for sustainable agriculture. Accepting biofertilizers and its utilization by farmers. Introduction: Biofertilizers are the substances of biological origin, that is, they are microorganisms which, when added to the soil, enhances its fertility and promotes plant growth. There are different types of biofertilizers. Bacterial biofertilizers, example Rhizobium, Azospirillum, Azotobacter, Phosphobacteria. Fungal biofertilizers, example Mycorrhizae. Algal biofertilizers like blue-green algae and Azolla. Actinomycetes, biofertilizers like Frankia. Biofertilizers for sustainable agriculture. They supplement chemical fertilizers for meeting the integrated nutrient demand of the crops. They can add 20 to 200 kilograms of nitrogen per hectare per year. For example, Rhizobium species 50 to 100 kilograms of nitrogen per hectare. Azospirillum, Azotobacter can add 20 to 40 kilograms of nitrogen per hectare per year. Azolla can add 40 to 80 kilograms of nitrogen per hectare. Blue-green algae 20 to 30 kilograms of nitrogen per hectare under optimum soil conditions, and thereby increases 15 to 25% of the total crop yield. They can at best minimize the use of chemical fertilizers, not exceeding 40 to 50 kilograms of nitrogen per hectare under ideal agronomic and pest-free conditions. Application of biofertilizers results in increased mineral and water uptake, root development, vegetative growth, and nitrogen fixation. Some biofertilizers, example Rhizobium, BGA, Azotobacter species, they stimulate production of growth promoting substance like vitamin B complex, indole acetic acid, and gibberellic acid, etc. Phosphate mobilizing or phosphorus solubilizing biofertilizers or microorganisms like bacteria, fungi, mycorrhizae, etc., they convert insoluble soil phosphate into soluble forms by secreting several organic acids, and under optimum conditions they can solubilize or mobilize about 30 to 50 kilograms of phosphate per hectare, due to which crop yield may increase by 10 to 20%. Mycorrhizae or WAM mycorrhizae, when used as biofertilizer, they enhance uptake of phosphate, zinc, and sulfur and water, leading to uniform crop growth and increased yield, and also enhance resistance to root diseases and improve hardiness of transplant stock. They liberate growth promoting substances and vitamins and help to maintain soil fertility. They act as antagonists and suppress the incidence of soil-borne plant pathogens and help in biocontrol of disease. Nitrogen fixing, phosphate mobilizing, and cellulolytic microorganisms in biofertilizer enhance the availability of plant nutrients in the soil and thus sustain the agricultural production and farming system. They are cheaper, pollution-free, and renewable energy sources. They improve physical properties of soil, soil tilth, and soil health in general. Blue-green algae like nostoc, anabina, cytonema are often employed in the reclamation of alkaline soils. Bioinoculants containing cellulolytic and lignolytic microorganisms enhance the degradation or decomposition of organic matter in soil, as well as enhance the rate of decomposition in compost peat. BGA plays a vital role in nitrogen economy of rice fields in tropical regions. Azotobacter inoculants, when applied to many non-leguminous crop plants, promote seed germination and vital vigor of plants by producing growth promoting substances. Azolla and Anabina grows profusely as a floating plant in flooded rice fields and can fix 100 to 150 kilograms of nitrogen per hectare per year in approximately 40 to 60 tons of biomass produced, which plays an important role in recycling of plant nutrients. Next is the farmers' acceptance and utilization of biofertilizers. The Indian economy thrives on agriculture, so most practiced occupation in the country. Agricultural fertilizers are essential to enhance proper growth and crop yield. Farmers have been using chemical fertilizers for quicker and better yield, but these fertilizers are endanger ecosystems, soil, plants, and humans and animal lives. So, in contrast, naturally grown biofertilizers not only give better yield but are also harmless to humans. The Government of India and other agencies need to promote the importance of biofertilizer at the level of the user farmer. The following measures are to be taken: to educate farmers through awareness campaign, technical training on the production and quality control to the producers and rendering technical advice and projects to manufacturers, organizational training to the extension workers and farmers to popularize the technology, dissemination in information through mass media, publications, bulletins, and free leaflets, identifying and selecting efficient locations, crops, soil, and specific strains for nitrogen fixing, phosphorus, zinc solubilizing, and absorbing, that is mycorrhizal, to suit different agroclimatic conditions. Financial assistance to investors in setting up the units, subsidies on sales, and direct production in public sector and corporate organizations and in universities and research institutions. Utilization of biofertilizer. Developing suitable alternative formulations, that is liquid inoculants or granular formulations for all bioinoculants to carrier-based inoculants, standardizing the media, method of inoculation, etc. for the new formulations. Utilization of biofertilizer is as follows. First, seed treatment. Each packet, that is 200 grams of inoculant, is mixed with 200 ml of rice gruel or jaggery solution. The seeds required for 1 hectare are mixed in the slurry so as to have uniform coating of inoculants over the seeds and then shade dried for 30 minutes. The treated seeds should be used within 24 hours. 1 packet of inoculant is sufficient to treat 10 kg of seeds. Rhizobium, Azospirillum, Azotobacter, and Phosphobacteria are applied as seed treatment. Second, seedling root dip. This method is used for transplanted crops. 5 packets of 1 kg. The inoculants are required for 1 hectare and mixed with 40 liters of water. The root portion of the seedling is dipped in the solution for 5 to 10 minutes and then transplanted. Azospirillum is used for seedling root dip, particularly for rice plant. Third, soil treatment. 4 kilograms each of the recommended biofertilizers are mixed in 200 kilograms of compost and kept overnight. This mixture is incorporated in the soil at the time of sowing or planting. Use of VAM biofertilizers. The inoculum should be applied 2 to 3 cm below the soil at the time of sowing. The seeds are sown or cutting are planted just above the VAM inoculum so that the roots may come in contact with the inoculum and cause infection. Bulk inoculums of 100 grams is sufficient for 1 meter square area. Seedlings raised in the polythene bags need 5 to 10 grams of bulk inoculum for each bag. At the time of planting of samplings, VAM inoculum is to be applied at the rate of 20 grams per seedlings in each spot. In the existing trees, inoculums of 200 grams is required for each tree. Blue-green algae. Algal culture is applied as dried flakes at 10 kilograms per hectare over the standing water in rice field. This is done 2 days after transplanting in loamy soils and 6 days after transplanting in the clay soils. The field is kept waterlogged for few days immediately after the algal application. The biofertilizer is to be applied for 3 to 4 consecutive seasons in the same field. Azolla. It is used as a green manure. Azolla is applied at the rate 0.6 to 1 kilogram per meter square, that is 6.25 to 10 per hectare, and incorporated before transplanting of rice. Dual crop. Azolla is applied at the rate of 100 grams per meter square, 1.25 per hectare, 1.25 tons per hectare, 1 to 3 days after transplanting of rice, and allowed to multiply for 25 to 30 days. Azolla fronds can be incorporated into the soil at the time of first weeding. These are some of the references. Thank you.